Hello and welcome to Uplift. My name is Billie Francis, and we're so glad at Vision that we have this opportunity to come together to spend a few minutes in the middle of the day and be together and share, right? So thank you for being here. Let's begin our time in prayer, please. So we know that Spirit is absolutely present in each and every moment. I know that energy, that truth, that good, and that love that is God is right here, right now, within me, within you, and among us. That is how we are connected in this oneness that is God, this wonderful, perfect life that we all share. And so we spend some time together to appreciate what we are here and what we're about and what we are committed to remember that we are the precious creation of Spirit, and each of us has the opportunity to declare what we want, how we want to show up, and what we want to express. So I give thanks for the oneness that we are and the uniqueness that we are, and we celebrate that today. I give thanks for this, I release this word, and I know it is complete, and so it is. So, it's a little confusing sometimes, is it not? We talk about unity, and then we talk about uniqueness. But it's all true. We are one. We are one in spirit. And yet we're individualized. And that is what makes this so phenomenal. It's not just one single little blade of grass out there and one color in the spectrum of the floral bouquet, but a variety. So we're all of that. We're all the shapes and the sizes and the intentions that we bring to enrich life. So it's an opportunity today to just examine, what is it that we're committed to? What are you committed to? We talk a lot about goals. You know, goals are very specific, are they not? We say we want to learn how to walk a certain distance. We want to be able to run a 10K. We want to be able to swim so many laps. We want to be able to learn to knit. Those are all goals. Those have specific intentions. And they're measurable. We can learn to knit in 12 days. We can walk that distance in so many minutes or hours, depending. So those are all measurable. That's what a goal is. I'm inviting us today to shift to something that's just a step larger. Think of it as something that contains goals, but it's not really a goal. And that's what I'm calling a commitment. So I'm going to read a little bit here from that chapter that I wrote, that I quoted from before. And this chapter is simply called Commitment, Consecrating the Earth. A commitment is our word of honor. A commitment is a statement of intention that is ongoing. So again, unlike a goal, commitments just go on and on. There's really no measurable end and really beginning to them. We just, they're ongoing. They're statements of ongoing intention. Commitments, unlike goals, let me say that again. Commitments, unlike goals, are not measured or quantified. An example of a commitment in the area of a relationship would be, I'm committed to having a mate who adds love and joy to my life. Now, it's pretty hard to measure that, but that's what a commitment does. It pulls you toward it. It gives you a context, right? Well, that's what I'm about. I want love, and I want joy, and I want to be with someone who adds love and joy to my life. And that's an intention, and that's just what you're putting out there, that you're intending and that you're committed to. An example of in the area of health. I'm committed to having vibrant health and physical well-being. So big statement, can't measure it, but it will attract you to it. And that's what we know happens. These are, I suppose, affirmations in many ways, because they're affirming what is true about you right now. And it's affirming what is intended by you, the way you're choosing to live, the way you're choosing to show up. So that's what we consider then a commitment. What are you deeply valuing? What are you willing to put out there to the world? What are you willing to remind yourself over and over and over? Commitment inspires courageous action on our own behalf. That's what it's for. We're committed so that we're inspired, so that we can be out in a bold way, to be saying to the world, hey, this is important to me. This is what I'm putting out. This is what I'm choosing for to draw me toward. This is what I'm saying is important to me. Compromising our integrity creates suffering and causes visible and invisible distress. Compromising our integrity creates suffering and causes visible and invisible distress. When we say something's important to us and we say, I'm committed to being, I'm committed to a meditation practice, I'm committed to being the best partner I can be, I'm committed to be having vibrant health, and then our actions counter that, that causes suffering. Because our inner knower knows we've just turned away from what we know is true. And that hurts. And I've done it. We've all done it. We say something's important and then we might act in opposition to that. I think taking care of my physical body is I say I'm committed to it, and I lose sleep. I might lose sleep and not get enough sleep, enough rest. So I feel, not only do I feel the tiredness, but I realize I have not kept my commitment to myself. That one of the ways that I can have this vibrant health and well-being is by getting enough sleep. So this is not about making ourselves wrong or beating ourselves up, but it's a grappling hook. If you can picture that image of the mountain climber taking that grappling hook, throwing it to the top of the mountain, and then pulling herself or himself up toward it. That's what commitments do. We're saying, that's where I'm headed, that's where I'm going, that's the lane I'm wanting to be in. So it allows us to pull ourselves forward or pull ourselves up. When we act in opposition to our commitments, we may experience uneasiness or confusion. It's like, what happened? Why am I not feeling content? Why does this temporary little derailment not bring me the satisfaction I was hoping for? If we're committed to finishing a term paper, or if we're committed to getting a report done for work, and we get derailed, we're going to feel that. And it doesn't mean all work, no play, but it does mean just to intend and stick with, what we say is important, what we're committed to. That inability to concentrate could be one of those times you've gotten off track, and that uneasiness and that confusion. Gosh, I said that was important, and I'm not doing it. How interesting. Maybe there's even physically that gnawing feeling in the pit of our stomachs when we know we're not honoring our commitments. So we can use these warning signals, the pit in the stomach or the confusion. We can use those warning signals to draw us back into alignment with who we say we are. You can count on me to be honest. I'm committed to integrity and honesty. And that feels good to me. And if I was to go away from that, I would feel it. So the questions are here, we're going to be asking in a minute, is about what we're individually committed to. We gain, now this is the other side of this, when we ignore, we'll feel it, but we also have good feelings and well-being and momentum and confidence when we honor our commitments and we keep our word. Gosh, that feels good. Gosh, that feels good. I said I was gonna do that, and I did that. I told my friend I would call him this weekend, and I did it. And that fits the larger commitment of maybe how you want to show up in relationships. That you're committed to being honest with people. You're committed to telling the truth. You're committed to just taking care of yourself. That's a commitment. That's called self-care. That you decide what are you committed to and what am I committed to, and then we do our best to align our actions and our words and our prayers and our connections. We try to make sure that everything's lined up. That'll feel good, and it does feel good, doesn't it? So here's a few questions. What are you, or what am I, committed to in the area of career? So what if we just looked at some of these individual areas? What's a statement that you could literally write down that starts off with, I am committed to fill in the blank in my career? I'm committed to integrity. I'm committed to showing up on time each day. I'm committed to really learning something while I have this career. I'm committed to providing for my family. What's going on in the area of your career? Maybe you want to say, I'm committed to what? Creating what? In your finances. I'm committed to creating awareness in my finances and being on top of things, as they call it, at all times. Just check in with yourself. How are you doing? Check in with finances. We've already said about health. I'm committed to creating what in the area of health? What am I committed to in the area of intimate relationships? Those are different. Remember, no goals here. We're not outlining. We're not telling Spirit how to bring us our perfect mate, nor are we telling Spirit how to run our relationships. Hopefully, we surrender our relationships to Spirit. But what are we committed to there? Once again, perhaps it's telling the truth, or perhaps it's supporting the other person in their spiritual well-being. That's a wonderful thing to be committed to in an intimate relationship. I'm committed to supporting my partner's spiritual well-being. Again, what are you committed to with family? What are you committed to with friends? How about your spiritual growth? What are you committed to there? So again, these are all going to be statements. In the area of my spiritual growth, I'm committed to the following. And you just work with these statements until they feel like you. And that's what's so glorious, is that we're all going to have a little slant on this, a little different take on this. So how fabulous to show up and be committed to the things that are important to you and conduct your life accordingly, and then appreciate when other people are doing the same for themselves. We can have a little conversation sometime. What are you committed to? Oh, great. Here's what I'm committed to. And we celebrate each other. We celebrate the intention, and we celebrate the nuances. What makes you unique from me, and what makes me unique from you. Then we want to say, how can I best remain true to my commitments? What will help you? What helps me? What allows us to stay true to those things? And I'm pretty convinced that it's awareness and being present to the fact that I lived my commitments today, or where did I get off track? And if we do get off track, what happens? What could happen to undermine what we say is important to us? So this is just a whole lot of questions. Yes, what am I committed to in these various areas? What will keep me on track with that? And what could pull me off track with those things? I hope you appreciate how unique you are, how precious you are, and how your declaration of your commitments will guide you as they guide me, pulling me forward. pulling me forward. We know that whatever we put our attention on expands. That's Science of Mind 101. Whatever we put our attention on expands. So these statements of commitment, we put them out there and they will expand. And they direct our attention and they direct our actions. So, thank you for sharing this time. I know that I'm committed to making a difference for my community of Vision. And I do that in the ways that I can do it. But I'm committed to that. I'm committed to making a difference, to have our community be all it can be. And I do that as a practitioner. I do that in these uplifts. I do that as a member of the core council. And so I'm delighted that my intentions are lining up with my actions. So see what you could declare this week in one or some of these areas, and join me in this realization that commitments direct our energy and bring us more of what we want. Please let's close in a prayer now, giving thanks to Spirit for the uniqueness that we are, for the idea that we can in fact name it and claim it and make it so. So I'm so grateful that we know this, that we can declare this, that we can expand what we want by naming it and claiming it. And I give thanks for this time together. I give thanks for the love that is at the heart of everything at Vision. I know that we're blessed as members and viewers and congregants at this loving community. And so I release this word, I give thanks for it, and I let it be. And so it is. Thank you so much again for today, and please remember to come back every weekday at 1 o'clock. We bring you the uplift, and share what you're learning, share it with us, and share what you're learning with others. I know that who you are makes a difference in the world. I bless you and thank you, and be well.